Away, oh hey, away, oh hey, hey, oh, away, oh hey, 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 away, oh hey, 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 away, oh hey, away, oh hey, hey, away, oh hey.
My name is Judy Googoo. I'm from Wapna'kikewi'skwaq First Nation. Okay, we put on a rawhide workshop so that people could learn how the rawhide is processed, and so that's what we were doing. Great bin hide. We're using raw moose hide, and we were to make moose hide. You have to remove the hair and the main brain by scraping and scraping and scraping. The main reason why I want to bring back the culture, how our ancestors used to live. So we are offering these workshops so that people could learn and come, and a lot of people like to make their own drums, like the one you see in the background here. That's one of the moose hide drums that we made. And a lot of people like to make rattles, little turtle rattles. I make turtle rattles. They're up there. And a lot of people just like to make art with moose hide. I make faces, and then after this is done, it takes a few days to do the hide. Ninda Lucy Judy and Joe Googoo, Wapna'kikewi'skwaq. La workshop at the lugar di la weekend is moose hide, moose wilket rawhide al duek, manuscript o aduek sabun fur. Did I've seen the lad with main brain and aduek other side. I saw both sides smooth little. Did the schedule no more go with let me do back it to get a drum, most drum. I'll do it rattle so. Wapna'kikewi'skwaq I'll do it crafts. Did you I'm a gag aduek another look I put the place a lot where did you hold this and leather 7 days we had moved this and that they so leather we work but I guess that abijadu done ancestor done Nimana wrote to me one time ago. He'll do it that's no more he'll do it down drum some more walkway. He'll do it mau tools the way me Gundo age or me age wando the back one so two so do it you look age so they me the way we do the name board we do no we do grass no and musna we do we do well, get a dog age hot skin. Tade Ujana, a wando, Taisiga, a Lugiga. Work is skin a bay dajigam, who start with Jidajik, said no Jidaj, member to row. Tamajaji Nova Scotia, no Brunswick. That way we do it in a more workshop. Huwag ko idea sige ko kudumadu ikigala el do il drum wal sam gadu do il musnwa sam gadu li ajigam keep sam gadu no we go test game with jadu la waises wajim blo important to itiam ni no jadu ko jadu ko itiam sarun ni diam sabek porque jadu ek te porque kluso animo piluek so igno de musiek dan delwen kud na moi worda na igno de martin dan delwen kud kadu gluka communication ek wel nesta du tiek Escatin hunters på hunter var nach Begisusiagam, Tiamo e class, what mood it waste in what mood look at us now. Because it was Jeju fresh away away mek and the side work Paul it took in a kajisi I look at the monk. Stretch your hard work, frame it up, Jeju you have to just tighten out karma do it na. Just age tooth bone tooth away megal there matte megala menadwega we go flesh menadweg she guys adwe na way side the gaske the other side up same dal the diega age who's up menadwega with both sides smooth she menadweg she do gispasmen to roll up water ready na be was our next part well that's dan ni mana del ya gluk lagi school ki no mo je kam tante we got je got to spelling ka price wa je well that's what je kam anu isutit habalo de mo je ga encourage wa je ga na hoti ni no maser sutu ga no sutne well that's del gina mo je ga school jo je gina mo je ga we got je spell encourage wa je ga well that's wa je ga oh my god well that's wa je no isi dan blo de mo to na hoti ni maser sutu ga no sutne school punish out one matod one no guess liga mod one ba budget down a wow one noise da guess kunni ge enjoy je gino mo ba ada gino mo ada we twist to je no it ala we ga je ga me so hajig ni na Facebook to kawan kabasi nui sutti jega nui kami ko ya ba awal das waki awal das ite ya to nemidin na moina das was someday nwitte da abijan nui sutti jega nui gajik mia chiklasi ga nui sutti chiklasi nui gadi chiklasi culture minal dani anteloti imodok kaya disnuktaria meskewik demoi kadua makignadi na kisi kwaskatis no abijasik nemido abijasik evidence sedek all dasi abijasik te bignadi abijatis no makignadi well dasi dan desi what the sky la weekend da hoy na masuti de well dasutit kina moki ga madu de la hoy ga ajigna moi de man mok
okay we go ma leo de clearly so se pielo tusi pa nucha pielo bio my name is Joseph Googoo, and I'm from Waikom, and my father was Peter Googoo, who was the captain of our nation, which I am now too. So, okay, last couple of days we've been teaching our young people how to do rawhide, and that rawhide is going to turn into leather eventually by next week. And I brought some furs that I already tanned myself and teach them how to do it. And I had a couple here just a few minutes ago. They learned, they took the hide with them. They're going to finish it out themselves. And, the whole purpose of this workshop is to teach our younger people or get back our old ways of hiding and tanning and making leather from moose hide and make it everything usable. Okay, kids go in am up to me, not for today, okay, they let them go, me get it. And you get Dr. Hardware, and you get POH, which is what it then idea.
Like this?
Okay.
Straight down?
You know, my tune, you know, my yep, that was a cake, it's making you do the demo on their own later. So, you know, my amiga anyway.
Okay, the dough.
That's why you get it, that's why it's going to
Okay.
let me do an
Oh, yeah.
the
That's
40 maybe we did the 3 year we get the idea. I made 3 years, maybe 3 couple of years, and I'm multiple mine. But the limit in San Mugusia one, the whole in Scrammas is did you not 40 the okay, Knaman. Last couple of days, let's Knama move side of go. Did you? What marked my gauge? Oh, a lot of them coy gauge. The arm way, a lot of take the other way, a lot of take me. They get come in the movie. So, introduce what one in my way, Nilu and what a hobby kick mana. And this couple of days, we even introduced wild food to our younger people, like moose meat. We had that Friday night and Saturday night. We had trout, and today we had oysters. So my whole purpose was to reintroduce our what our elders eat. Even me, like I wasn't introduced to moose meat till 1990, because there was no moose here. We were not allowed to touch moose then. But back in '89, the first time I had moose. So. But before then was mostly deer, and even like we were doing deer hide at the time because there was no moose hide around here to do. So, it was provincial regulations, like when the moose were introduced 50 years before that, like if to me, like even today, I think there should be more regulations for natives to hunt right now, because the moose are going down low pretty fast, and seems like the Department of Land Force, and they don't want to listen to anybody. They think they know everything. Because I've been up there all the time, and I went up the Highlands, and I went hunting there with Judy. We saw 7 moose in one day. That was 15 years ago. But today you go there, you go 7 times before you see 1 moose. It's quite the opposite now, and the people don't understand that this is our last chance for moose. If we destroy these moose, we won't get another chance.
Enigma, can you start that again? And you started with, I asked you why you weren't allowed to hunt moose.
Oh, more, okay, more I come no, I stayed most throughout the island, and I diamu, but let me do up the reason go, it's at them, right now, the vehicle, Jimina say the army, that make a move, I come out, and Tammy, try mountain, and Judy, because last 10 years, I bought the make you know, now there, but tell out my in a port of scale, like middle of nowhere, though. Got away, some yaji, man, I didn't tell you what the midday meet, you get a whole way. I'm need a little middle. Money smart enough both did. The milk is jamming at 10 years' time, smart to the water. Everybody's got to used to eating moose meat now, and especially with the prices these days, I can't afford to pay $7 or $8 a pound for meat, which I could get for free. Like, and me and Judy, like, we love moose meat, and we always eat it. and even like maybe trout, anything. But I rather go to wild food than go to a grocery store. And I was talking to what you call the head guys about the moose population, and they didn't see my point 5 years ago, but today they see it now. So it's almost too late now. Kasar mo ni na nimiga gigmana ka smart na potiti. Na kide media for future mo chidni na chid kilijana. Abulian wa ne mo na kaya yam na kaya la chance salado. And the government was blaming all those swamps where they say they're sinking, but I think it's poaching. Yeah, I mean those swamps being there as long as anybody remember, and there was no problem with moose. But now there's too many people, and the price of meat is so high that anybody would take a chance of killing the moose. This is our last chance. We don't get our acts together, we're going to lose that moose. And selling moose, that's the worst thing I could see, especially to non-natives. Like, I mean, there's a lot of non-natives up there. They give $200 for a moose, and a moose is worth around $3,000. When you all chop it down. And I can't see myself eating deer meat because I don't like deer. I'd rather have moose. And right now, I love to see the government step in and put more, not regulation, but guidelines to our people. That's the worst thing the government did. They gave us the right to hunt, but no guidelines. And I was even embarrassed to be a native when they started hunting. Everybody was on back of the truck. 4 or 5 guys tried to shoot at moose, and if they didn't shoot them on the road, they let them be. They were just crazy hunters up there. And today, I mean, at least today, they're trying to organize now. But there's a lot of jacking up there. The organization comes with involving students now, teaching them what's ahead of us. So, like, it'd be no good to teach our children if we don't teach our hunters right now. The hunters are the main thing. And if they see those hunters selling meat and jacking, they'll do the same thing. So that's the main thing. Teach our hunters right now, not the students, the hunters, and pass it to the students what they learn. Salmo kusige kasai telki. What you want to ludi. Muna maskod muk right now. Muna tum new Newfoundland ke muk kunagino. Muna born Newfoundland. Ula tijap la Parks Canada. I'll talk with the lawyer park it to Kilona. For what? I know last year 10 went to the reserve, 42 moose went to up reserve. See, that's why the people in Pleasant Bay agree with the hunt, because they're getting the moose for free. And my first advice was back when they were starting hunting 5 or 6 years ago, and I told them, why don't we just grab those moose, put them in North Mountain or Caribou Marsh somewhere? They said it costs too much. And last year I found out killing those something like 49 moose, they cost them $280,000 for that moose. They could have shipped them to somewhere else. They said they'll take too much stress. What's the stress? They're going to kill them anyway. I like to see them be moved somewhere, North Mountain or somewhere else. My first advice was move them to Wapna'kikewi'skwaq Park. They said that won't work. I told them, if we do that, within 15-20 years, we won't have to worry about the mainland hunters up here, because they have their own hunt up there. But no, they're too smart.
Would that affect the mainland moose?
I don't think so. Like, I mean, moose are moose, right? I mean, what's the difference? There's only 100-pound difference on them. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah. A full-grown moose in the mainland is around 1,400 pounds. Here it's around 15 to 1,600 pounds.
But I thought these were introduced from somewhere else.
Yeah, from Alberta.
And ours were just naturally here.
Naturally, yeah. And if you think about how many races of human beings mate, why can't animals do that? They're moose. So I would love to see them be shifted there, and within 15-20 years to be a big moose on that side too. Could you park it to the Lugudidis, and I mean, it's ridiculous to shoot an animal just because he wants to eat. But the only thing they're shooting them because they're eating hardwood trees, taking the tips off. That's why they're shooting them. And Jidnin hamak pa the Lugudidis. It's the first time in tell me they were more they were on paper shop Taranadi dog. What the taste of roti diamona. I used to be roti lunkino. I rather could in Kubalba. They're koi. But them guys diam lunka. Oh, them girl no lunk guys. Garne my jacko accusing what fear of Sicilian. Willow. Dia more serious will to. I very all good. I can every 2 weeks some poor fear officer Indian. You don't. I look at Dia more by Asmado Tiakino. Naja, Piscoya, Ninaja, meat and nage. Like it Lia, but then come you buzz. Some I will take me sada. I've taken me Cisco after the Otio. I love it key, but the radio has there more than age. Government must one park it to a Kilona. But that one don't taste you. You don't have to teach one jail with lower one. But I never mock but what I do, you know. But hope lad again one. They say comment that against all our right now, never more. Good evening, Nikwiteba Matiama. 2 weeks ago, I know it's a good man. Then my way to I am one day. I know to my feet to be over to our go. Uncle, I jagame, they board me, Judy and I all up water, radio, you tan water, Nemoyam. Did an name where you do about bush to outside as the uncle, radio. I've never been to God me, name way, and name way, bigger than do it after. Kind of go. Nigga, Kikmana, West Oki, just catch a look, telecom in Uncle. Drop in what we know. But then miss good at limited. Can you tell me? You must put sometime watch. Whatever is a one. Walk in the middle and book to all the 2 days. Did you because at Salmon in it's got as respect to all adage, I wises. Respect to all adage, Maniki. Jimoya. Hey, Mudan, last year, the Noja Jagame, curve in Octashka, where you to a diama, I would have gone mensacical, but I've been a front shoulder and opposite. But where you, let's go after all light now, but the West of the human. Now, did you age, and near the Pemganam way, Absalom Kiskanama, respect, Mao, Mijuaji. To respect to our advisors. I tell you what I do. I'm much altiglorad. Ik nan and Daho is Wagadus. Save what a lad was. And Kadu make you bamon separate me or Miss Honda water. Save what we go away. That twist it all. And tell you what you know. And then I shall go away. Save what we're going to quad save what, bath save what, cut out, but. What that out to any and shut it. But he came to our house and said, "You want some moose meat?" So we cleaned it up, chopped it up. It took us 3-4 hours to do it, but I love doing it. And so we saved the hide, we saved the legs, we saved most of the stuff, even the brain. And today we got everything at the house ready to be moved, and we're going to try to make leather out of that. And the whole purpose before this, the way we did it was to have a full respect for the moose, why he was killed and all that. But some people don't even have the to give a hideaway, to rather to throw it away. And we had a hard time a few years ago trying to get somebody to drop fur to us, and nobody dropped it in. So we had to pick it up in that butcher in Sydney.
But today?
Today, a few was dropped in there. See, at least they're learning now. But a few years ago they were just leaving them out there to rot. But now they're bringing them down here, and now just did 3 today. Yeah. So,
No, just we're coming left and right.
yeah, they got left and right. I have 4 or 5 on my truck right now. I have to do tomorrow.
Why do you love it?
Well,
Like love doing this?
I love skinning. I love working with animals because I've been trapping since I was 8 years old, and that's quite a while. It's almost 60 years. And there's a story I'd like to tell, like how I started trapping. Was back in '68. I was going to school, and my grandfather dropped in. Said, I want you to help me out with something. I said, what's that? He said, go trapping with me. So I started. So okay, so I got at 5 o'clock in the morning, because I was the guy paddling on the boat. So I paddled. So my grandfather was checking the traps, because we got back 9 o'clock in the morning before school. So everything went on. So right before Christmas, on 10 days before Christmas, and he comes to the classroom again, knocks on the door, gives me $280. This is your half. And I said, I don't know, I did it for free. No, it's yours. Okay. I took it. I didn't know what to do with $280 at the time. So I took it. And before I was just going out, I came back in. He said, give me $20. So I gave him $20. He said, now the traps are yours and the boat. So I paid $20 for almost 200 traps and a boat. He gave me the boat, and that's how I got heavy into I love trapping after that. Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was just turning 16. I was 15 at the time, because I had to quit school at 15 because my father had a heart attack that year. So what I did was quit school, me and my brother, because there was no welfare. So we started working in the woods, and so I worked for a year. Then I went back to school in Mabo, a night school, for 2 years to graduate. And I was still working during the daytime at the time. Okay, first thing we did was stretch the hide. We get a frame for it. We stretched it. Takes only around 15-20 minutes to do that. And after that, we put it up. Then we start scraping fat off, or membrane. Then once we finish that, we tiptoe over now the hair pulling time. So we do that, and next step we'll finish that, and scrape what's on there. Then that'll be ready for tanning.
So how did they do?
Yeah, pretty good. It did pretty good. Yeah, for a short time. Like I expected to do that around 4 days, but took 2.5 days. We did pretty good, and I love to see younger people do it too. Yeah, because we invite, like Judy invited the school here, but they never showed up. Nobody showed up because they're afraid of getting dirty. That's the problem with them. Okay, and again. Ni gitskuga tartu akatega tiam apalot es sibila nalda tanadi logical dapikut mira nadi sibtara katijwa yap to muxiyogat koteja menodo wigo apaja taho skiais lai Tijuaita nige Nisa no way to check it. I got me with an way. I'm going and I'm in over. Torin just came and it's too warm when they're hunting. So we got to move that hunting season up to 15 days anyway. But right now our season starts at August 15, and I think that's too warm. Like August 15, that's middle of the summer.
So what do you think is the main reason why we're in this, or is there a reason? You said a cycle, we're in a cycle?
We're in a cycle, if you think about it. Like, they even found palm trees in North Pole a few years ago. They were 1960 or 70. I mean, they're palm trees, and so everything is going in a circle. So within maybe next 200 years, we'll be going back to cold weather. We don't know. So it's up maybe to what you call right now. So I bet you was it on them later on. Maybe 200 years, 300 years, never know. Because right now, some in Joasi one side. Okay, do some can know, much we know, and a whole and not a young.
Good. And so, what is so important about your language, our language?
Oh my God, I never more. What's that? No, you take next moody was a little bit to me. Is that Muda Nijin Kagana Mamiga, then quick Namados, January. Illinois took no more cigars, you don't know. Illinois, which you Nama or Fido. Again, got generation and octave, but guess got this good. You get all a generation, you got no 40, like 7 or 8 years to you. Illinois took the Yabu again. Got the name of 17, 18 years to guess guy, and Nadia. Got we go man in not to Adwaba. More next to Moody, 17, 18 years to you. Which next to Moody me 2 or 3 years ago. Would I know what's 15 years? No way, have you? But it's got a way, yeah. Good in here, no Jesus, it's on in Basil Louis.
Away, oh, hey, hey, away, oh, hey, away, oh, hi, hey, oh, away, oh, hey, hey, away, oh, hey, 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 away. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, away, oh hey.